Alright guys, we already are at Kapital 7, that is chapter 7. I'm so happy to teach you guys, trust me. And we already have completed 6 chapters, great details, do watch them. There's a playlist available along with this video in the description. And also you can go on the channel and check it out by yourself. Check the channel out too. Kapital 7, Verben. Now you must be saying, why it's not Verben? Because V is F. No, whichever word is taken from English directly, they don't change that much. So that is, video is video, not video. Verben is not Verben. Okay, so this is Verben. Verben in the sense verbs. So we'll try to remember the most commonly used verbs in German, so that next time you want to create a sentence, you can use these words. So this is a kind of vocabulary chapter related to verbs. Okay, let's have a look at the first one, and that is wohnen. What is wohnen? I think we have seen this earlier. Wohnen is to live. Wohnen is to live. Wohnen is to live. Wohnen. Remember, every verb in German, the real form, right, the infinite form will end with en at the end. How do I remember wohnen is to live? Because if I turn the W first W, I can make my house like this. Right? So this is wohnen. Where do I live? So wohnen, I remember this way. Wohnen, that is to live. Wohnen is to live. Wohnen. Okay, the first one. Let's go with the second one, and second one is kommen. We already have seen wohnen. Now we're looking in kommen. I think we have seen this earlier. Woher kommen Sie? If you remember this, write in the chat that I do remember this. Woher kommen Sie? To come. To come from somewhere, right? To come. To come. Wohnen, kommen. Kommen is to come. Okay. Next one, and that we have, it is sein. Now, what is sein? In English, we say to be format. Out of this sein, we will get is, are, am. So when we conjugate it. So to be becomes sein. To be becomes sein. Right. To be is sein. Wohnen, kommen, sein. 3 already. Let's go with the next one. Next one that we have is verstehen. In one of the chapters about Buchstabieren, it was, I think, 5th chapter, 5, Kapital 5. We understood what is verstehen. V is F here. Verstehen is to understand. To understand is verstehen. It's important to add to so that you can understand it is a verb. En at the end, verb. To understand is verstehen. Wohnen, kommen, sein, verstehen. Already 4 verbs down. Right. Next one. Next one that we have is mentioned a little bit there, so I can move it here. And that is heißen. Heißen, I think, is called to be called or to call. So heißen. Heißen, we say, wie heißen Sie? Heißen is another verb that we have gone through, and you can write it here. Heißen. Next one that we have is called Buchstabieren. Let's just move a little bit there. We have seen already this particular verb, and I think we used in one of the chapters title as well. Buchstabieren, that is to spell. To spell. To spell. To spell. Great. Next one that we have is called schreiben. Schreiben, schreiben, or schreiben, you call it right now, but later you have to call it schreiben, ch sound, which means to write down. I don't know how I remember this, but I do. To schreibe is to write. Okay, schreiben is to write. To write. To write is schreiben. Very important verbs. You will have to remember them. Okay, schreiben. Next one that we have is called sprechen. Sprechen is to speak. Again, k sound. It has to be there, and we have seen this. Welche Sprachen sprechen Sie? Welche Sprache sprechen Sie? Which languages do you speak? So sprechen is to speak. This is to speak. Welche Sprache sprechen Sie? To speak. Welche Sprache sprechen Sie? To speak is sprechen. Okay? And that's the end of our chapter. We already have 8 verbs together. You can have a look at this and go with the first one. Wohnen, kommen, sein, verstehen, heißen, buchstabieren, schreiben, sprechen. The day you can say it like this, that means you have remembered these 8 verbs. I want you to take a screenshot or write them down in your notebook and have quizzes with them. Basically ask yourself, what is wohnen, what is schreiben, what is buchstabieren, what is sein. Try to remember these 8 essential verbs that you will need anyway in A1. We'll need more, but these are the most essential ones. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this short chapter about verbs. We'll see you soon in the coming chapter. Take care, all of you.